Jill Kirsh. Looking good today, sister.
Thank you.
And we've got Carlos and Audrey.
I'm
Carlos.
not looking good today.
All right, we've got some people coming in. Love it. And we've got more people joining us as well, Jill. They'll be here soon.
Cool.
I'll just give it a minute. How are you doing, my friend?
Me?
Yeah.
My friend, I wasn't sure which friend. Good. Good. And you?
Fantastic. Fantastic. It's a beautiful day to be alive.
Always.
Before we get started, I want to just make a little quick announcement to the group. So I will share my screen. All right, everybody. Well, welcome to Talk Your Way to the Top, another great session. We've got Jill Kirsh joining us today. Jill Kirsh is Hollywood's color guru. The one, the only, right? She's amazing. Before we get started, guys, I just want to make a quick announcement because I think some of the group communications aren't going to everybody. Maybe they are, maybe you just don't see them. So every week I send out, it's usually by Monday or Tuesday, the announcement for the coming power hour, for that week. So it's usually at Fridays at 11 a.m. Eastern. This week's a little different because we have a guest speaker. So you'll get an email that looks like this: Talk Your Way to the Top, new event. It's an announcement. And then usually by Thursdays, I send out another reminder to the group, to everybody, and it looks like this. So if you're not getting these emails, you got to let me know, because I don't know what I don't know. So that being said, I will give the floor to my fabulous friend, Jill Kirsh. And one more thing, though, before I officially give you the floor, Jill helped me look amazing on the TEDx stage. Why? Because I worked with her before, this was last year, to find my perfect personal brand colors. I just want to emphasize that she is the best. Okay, Jill.
Oh my gosh. Hi, everyone. So I'm thrilled to be here. And I have so much to share with you. And I love Tara and her red lipstick. And it's so much a part of the brand and the whole thing. So when I was thinking about doing this, I was thinking, okay, so I have so much to share, but an hour is definitely not enough. But I want to give you the idea of when you wear the right colors for you virtually, when you do virtual presentations or live, the difference is amazing. Amazing. The idea is that you want to present yourself with the greatest impact, right? To have your message really resonate. And so what I do is just help with that. It's just another tool as far as doing that, except it's a big one because, and as you all know, it's like I'm preaching to the choir here, but the first impression is visual. Okay, that moment. It's like I equate it to when I was in LA and doing some acting, that you open the door, your audition starts. You know what I mean? You go in for the interview, before you say a word, there's a vibe, there's a thing that happens. And so color has a lot to do with the way you impact another, okay? My viewpoint is when someone is wearing all their best colors, the eye of the viewer is drawn from what they're wearing, and I'll say for the gals with the makeup, but what they're wearing, to the lips, cheeks, eyes, and hair. So the ideal scene is all the arrows are pointing up, right? And then the message you're communicating in words is just going to ride that wave. Instead of like with a guy, like the meeting becomes about the tie, or with a gal, the lips get to the room before she does, or whatever. Distraction. They have to get through something to get you. Okay. And so that's just putting an extra stop, an extra impediment there instead of just arriving. And it's a subtle thing. I mean, people don't know what it is. Did you go on a vacation? Did you this? Did you that? And knowing your best colors, or especially if you haven't been wearing your best colors and changing, people don't know. They don't know what the difference is, but it impacts everyone. And especially in this virtual world we're living in, where you're not in there, like in the room, giving a hug or shaking a hand or whatever. This is just adding a pretty powerful tool to the presentation. So I am sitting here in my office with tons of fabrics and colors and all that. So I want to show and tell for a bit. It's funny because on my website, which you should definitely visit, definitely download my free book, ebook, lots of pictures and stories and blah, blah, blah. But anyway, it gives so much information based on your coloring, like which colors to choose and which are the best and which don't work. And here's the viewpoint, okay? Everyone can wear basically every color, right? It just depends on wearing the best shade of color that's going to enhance your presence. So let me just show you something. So I just pulled a couple of things here. Okay, so this is a green. Okay, and it's funny because my eyes are green. So if you look at the eye color and the color, it's like, that's not bad, right? But check this out. Look at the difference between that. Now watch. Oh, I actually have a jawline, right? Look at the difference between that. Now look.
Yep.
See, very flat. It makes my face look fuller, right? Because it's pulling everything down and away. Whereas here, immediately, it's better. And there's a presence and it just works better. Now, this happens to be one of my greens, but for someone else, this is horrible, right? This is way too stark and overpowering, right? So that's why when I do these sessions, which I've been doing virtually, basically 100% now, it's been amazing. I never, in my wildest dreams, thought I could do what I do virtually. It was always like, you know, like the TV or the clients or the this and write and touch and feel and la, 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 and all that kind of stuff. But the colors read so well over Zoom that it's just opened up a whole other universe. Okay, so basically what I do is just go through a lot of colors and show you the ones that are your best, the ones that are your worst. When we do a one-on-one session, just to give you a quick idea of how deep this goes, we look at your clothes, right? For the guys, shirts, ties. A tie, oh my God, for a guy, a tie is like makeup is for the woman. And I remember years ago, this exec in New York, a hotel guy, sent me a picture of himself that he had just taken. And I mean, professionally had taken, and you know, whatever that is all involved and cost and preparation and all that. And he wanted my feedback. True story. And I looked at the picture, and the first thing I got was his tie. It just interrupted everything. It was like a golden kind of color, which for certain people is fabulous. It's fabulous. But for him, it was about the tie. So you don't want the meeting to be all about the tie. You don't want the meeting to be about, again, other things other than your message. I have so many things to share. God. The other thing is eyeglass frames. Huge. Excuse me. Yeah, eyeglasses are basically part of your entire picture, especially if you wear them all the time. They're part of, for the gals, the makeup, you know, for the guy, the whole presentation. So there's certain people, just forget about doing color in frames, just talking about gold and silver, okay? Certain people with their coloring, fabulous in gold. They could do those sunglasses, even the Ray-Bans, you know, they're very golden, warm kind of look. Other people are way better in silver, okay, or titanium or whatever. The whole idea is syncing up everything so you arrive. Do you know what I mean? You are there and not kind of, sort of, you know what I mean? It's that thing about the person having to get through what you're additionally, like the shirt and the lip and the thing and the earring and to get you. And so it kind of puts a barrier to an extent between you for one, between you and the audience, and subtle. Like they wouldn't say, "What do you mean this is Barry?" You know, but it's a subtle vibe. It's like a thing um, between you and the audience, or you like you're pitching something. You know, you don't want them to be more interested in something else other than what your message is. I'm
I
just going to keep going, Tara. You can just
know.
interrupt me. I mean, I
I
have
want
so much to share.
to share my personal experience
Yeah.
because this is pretty powerful. So when I met Jill, I we connected on LinkedIn. She was very nice. She said, "Is that your natural hair color?" And or she said something about, "What are you doing with your hair color?" I was like, "Oh God," you know. And she was like, "It kind of, you know." And at the time, I was going to the salon all the time. I was getting highlights, and it was brassy. And against my skin tone, it really did not make me look great, right? So she gave me a consultation, and I realized the hair color I was wearing was not the greatest. My lip color I like, right? But she helped me with colors for outfits as well. And she gave me this really amazing little swatch book that you can have and carry with you when you go to the mall. Put it in your purse, whatever, right? Now, I will say this, my personal brand colors, when you look at my logo, the T, the L, the G, it's mint green and it's navy blue. Those are my personal brand colors. That is not a mistake, guys. That was not unintentional. This is Jill, right? The color I wore when I stood on the TEDx stage was an emerald green dress. Why? Because it's one of my colors. And it looks really good with the darker natural hair color, red lipstick, and it just sets off a tone. I don't look like everybody else. I look like the best version of myself. And anybody has colors that they should or should not be wearing. There's outfits that I had in my closet, shirts, blouses that I spent a lot of money on that were like brownish gold. Does me no justice. And you know what's funny? I bought these shirts and things before I met Jill, and I couldn't figure out why I didn't like them. It's because it wasn't my color. And I honestly think this saves a lot of money because then you're buying with intention as opposed to just buying something because you think it will is cute or in fashion or looks good. But when you buy things that are your actual color that really complement you, it really does take it to a different level. And now that green, that hunter green, I've incorporated into my, brand color. So when I do a lot of presentations, I like to wear green. It really does make a difference. Anyway, I digress, but I just want
No, that's so great. Two things, you know, when you talk about the TED Talks, I mean, I have clients that have done them and totally have taken what I do onto that. But on the other hand, I have watched some of these and some named people and all that, and they're dropping gems, right? They're like, whoa, and am I writing it down? What? But visually, they are so working against themselves, right? That literally, I mean, obviously I do this, but literally I had to get through the visual to get the communication. Okay. I'd be like, wow, they're so good, but oh gosh, that dress, you know what I mean? Just a lot of noise, a lot of extra unnecessary noise is added. But once you know your colors, it's great. So I curate all the shades that go into these swatch books. Like I don't send away for anything. And so I make it, not only are they all your best colors, but every shade that's in your swatch book coordinates with each other. So you get a wardrobe where all the pieces mix and match, and it's really cool. The other thing is, since we're all in this land of Zoom, background colors. Okay, huge. I actually added a chapter in the book about background colors because I get asked all the time. I work with a lot of performers and for their self tapes and auditions or whatever. The color that you're putting behind yourself is almost as important, if not more in some ways, as what you're wearing. Okay, so I have a demo here. So it's so funny because all these magazine covers were sitting in a box when we moved from LA. And I was like, I should do something with this. And so I stuck them on the wall behind me. And it's kind of like, well, it's an interesting background and people kind of like it, but it's like, it's some colors that are good, some that are not. But I want to show you something as far as background colors. So in addition to, we have, colors for the lips, cheeks, and eyes that are all the best colors that I've curated, that are mineral based and, paraben free and all that good stuff. But I also do these scarves. And this is for a guy, you just interpret it as obviously with a tie, or scarves, like wintertime and all that. But I was going to speak somewhere and I was getting ready to do it. And I threw a scarf behind me just to like open it up. And I saw myself on camera and I was, oh my God, that looks so good, right? Because it became an idea as far as background colors. Now I'm going to show you something here so you see what I mean. Obviously, these are, in my viewpoint, too busy to put on behind you. But I want to show you the difference. Like, this is a scarf. I have an artist who does these hand-painted silk scarves in your color palette. This is one of mine. So get the idea of having this, okay, behind you, versus colors that I really like, in addition. Right? Horrible, horrible. You put the right person in front of this, it's amazing. It is amazing. So your background color is again going to push the message forward or be a distraction. Sometimes when you're watching someone on Zoom and you're listening and you're like all over the back and, oh, what's that book on the book here? You know what I mean? It's like pulling focus away from you. But the thing about branding with the colors is, I remember doing workshops for an acting class for years in LA, and the instructor would have people choose, they'd get the swatches and whatever, and then choose two colors, which is exactly what Tara, you're saying, for their branding colors. So it's lovely, and it's just enhancing everything. The other thing is websites. I don't know if you have websites or you're interested in building or whatever, but I get sent a lot of websites when I'm going to do a one-on-one session with people. I like to see their whole thing and what they're doing. And some of them, I get the website and I don't know where to look. I don't know. There's no theme. That's like, everything is of equal importance. You know what I mean? And they're not directing me what they want to communicate. I have clients that use the background on their website in a color, the font in another good color. And so when I look at their pictures, everything is enhanced. The same thing, I worked with an author for her book before she did, the publishing and all that. And amazing, just amazing. We went in directions like, this kind of palette was hers, which is horrible on me. And when she would speak or do presentations, plus the book jacket and the thing, everything really worked. So it's a lot of fun to do a session and all that. It's an amazing tool. It's an amazing tool. And you do it once. Unless you change your hair color drastically, these are your colors. Obviously, different times of the year, different fabrications, all that, but yeah, you do it once. I want to say one more thing because I'm going to forget it. And I'm looking at these pictures on my wall. So we're getting into award season. We're in award season now. And a lot of times I get asked, oh, what did you think and who wore what and blah, blah, blah. So what I do is we pull photos from online of how the stars, I'm talking mainly the women now, fabulous, gorgeous, amazing people dressed in great outfits, except from my viewpoint, on some of them, the colors aren't their best. So with the magic of Photoshop, we do a before and after, just with the dress. Mind-blowing, the difference in the way they come across. And I want to just give you a really quick tip. This is something I've learned with this, is a lot of times people dress to work with their eye color, okay? And that's lovely when you're like, you know what I mean? Like up close and personal, oh, the eyes and the dress, like, whatever. But for a lot of, when you're all doing red carpet appearances for books or speaking or whatever, most, not all, but most of the shots are long shots, like full body, half body, and you don't really see the eye color. right? To say, oh, that's really good, you know. But you do see the hair, okay? And so the hair is where you, for my system, you lead with your hair color. Yes, the skin, yes, the eyes, but the hair is framing the whole picture and you want to work it. And I see a lot of my guys here. I get this asked a lot. Well, what if you're clean, you know, shave your head and this and that? The beard, the eyebrows, the whole 9 yards. Like I see the great salt and pepper right over here. And so I have a category that is dark brown, black, salt and pepper, and silver.
Mhm.
All of those people will wear the same color, as opposed to like a soft gray. You know, like who like Helen Mirren, maybe Ted Danson. Like overall, soft gray is a different color palette. So you just want, you know, just think about it. I mean, if you're communicating a message, you want all the attention of someone going to you, to the face, not to like, wow, that's a really interesting belt, you know, or you know what I'm saying? Like you want, it just gives you subtly more power, more impact, more power, more presence, and a hell of a lot of confidence, way more confidence. I mean, you walk into a room and you know you've got it together, you know, your presentation, that just feeds everything. It's like the outside helps the inside helps the outside. It's like, it's very cool. It's a very cool thing to know.
It is. I love it, Jill. And these colors, it kind of blew my mind when I first got this swatch because it's not like I didn't really think, oh my gosh, these are my colors. This is why it looks so good on me. It didn't really occur to me until I saw your swatch and realized, oh, these no wonder why I'm attracted to these, right? So I think this is great because also I, kind of identify these as somewhat, some of them are seasonal more than others. For
Mhm.
the lighter blue, that would typically be for me a spring or a summer. But then the emerald green, I think of more fall and winter, but honestly, it looks good on me all the time because
It
they're
does. It does. And you know, you just think of like different fabrications. Like
right.
I could see that ice blue in a great cashmere sweater.
Yeah, that's true.
See what I mean? So these are your, yeah, yeah, leather, nail color,
Mm-hmm.
like that red lip on you, Tara, is fabulous here because everything balances your eyeglass frame. But if I put that kind of a red lip on someone else, all you would see is the lipstick.
That's right.
You know, the other thing that happens is when someone changes their hair, I was saying drastically, I got a call from a client. I did her colors years ago. She had reddish brown hair. She's a ballroom dancer. She was competing again. Well, anyway, and she had gone gray, like a salt and pepper gray. And she still had my stuff. And I said, throw it away. It's horrible. Those colors are terrible on you now. Anyway, she got the right colors, the swatches, the makeup and stuff. As soon as she got them, she was so attached to go, I love those colors. I said, get rid of them. They're horrible for you. Um, she was so blown away. And one of the first thing, I mean, she goes, I can't stop smiling. You know, I look 10 years younger immediately. She was like, she was having such a good time with it, but also saw the difference because when you change your hair color drastically, or you go gray, whatever the change is, I'm not talking about a few more highlights or something, you know, when you really change your hair color, you need to change up what you're wearing. I get emails from people. One woman, I did her colors years ago, capital letters, help, my hair is white. Well, I did her colors back in the day, and she was a reddish brown, and she had two sisters. We did a family thing, and I was floored. I went. This is when I was doing a lot of things in person, and we revisited everything. And she comes to the door, and my jaw literally dropped. It's like, you know, my jaw dropped. My jaw did drop. It was unbelievable, the difference, except give you an example with gold and silver. She was still wearing yellow gold jewelry, big earrings in
Oh,
yellow gold. So again, the earrings were what grabbed my attention because it didn't work. It was great when the hair was a reddish brown, right? But it didn't work with her new hair color. Look at this. See, these were her colors. Okay. See, these kind of colors are great if you have golden brown, like a Jennifer Lopez, like Brad Pitt kind of thing. These kind of colors are great. And these colors are great with gold. But you put these colors with silver, it's horrible.
I could see that. I could see.
Okay, now watch the difference. These colors are great if someone has like gray. Just fly in here again. Gray hair, ash blonde, like a white blonde. Great.
Oh, I love those colors. Those are so pretty. Yeah.
Okay, so this is wonderful with silver.
Mm-hmm.
With yellow gold, it looks cheap and brassy. And these are cheap. These are little nothing things. But that's horrible. Also, with the swatches, you can shop mass merchant 1,000% and look fabulous. Fabulous. I had a client on Facebook, and my clients post to shout this out a lot on social media. She wore this jacket to her daughter's birthday party. I still remember it. And I never saw her dressed like this before. It was fabulous. It was gorgeous. And it was her colors, totally her colors. True story. I went into Target probably a week later. That jacket, that pattern was in a jacket and a pants and a t-shirt at Target. I was floored. I thought she spent a fortune on this jacket only because it was her color palette. Only. So you can save a ton of money. And plus, you get the idea that everything works with each other. All your colors will enhance each other, and they all enhance you.
I agree with that. And you don't have to spend a ton of money. The
No.
dress that I wore when I was on TEDx, I got on Amazon. It was $30.
Wow, I love that.
30. It was literally $28. I get compliments on it all the time. It looks good and it looked expensive.
Yeah.
Because it was my color.
Exactly. Exactly.
Honestly, and it, obviously the design, the style looked nice, but really it was my color.
Yeah. Yes. Gosh, it's so nice to meet all of you. Do you have any questions? Are you,
Yes, Jill, she
I don't
is.
even know how much time we have. I mean, I'm here, so it's however much time you have.
She is the color expert. I love, Audrey has a beautiful hair color. I love the caramel. I do. I love it. But her hair color would be completely, or based on her hair color, her outfit choices would be
Audrey. Oh, there's Audrey. Okay, I was looking for Audrey. Hi. Yeah, her color palette would be quite different.
Yep.
Quite different.
I'm thinking, what are you thinking, Jill? Maybe more warmer colors for.
Yeah, can we blow her picture up a bit, or are these all?
I think this is as big as I can make them individually. So I'm
I
sorry.
think
Okay.
if you pin her, you'll be able to, maybe if you pin her, she'll.
Oh, you're right. Thank you.
I didn't hear you. What?
She's pinned now. If that helps, Jill.
Oh, I think, Jill, you might have to change your view though. Like if you go to speaker.
Oh, I got it. Okay. What should I change it to? Speaker? It's on gallery now.
Change it to speaker, and now you'll see me really big. And then
Oh, there you are.
Audrey will
Hi.
be really big.
Okay, so this is a good demo, right? Right here. So you have a lot of gold highlights in your hair. And so I would go more into the warmer. Are your earrings silver?
No, they're gold.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. But the gold highlights are great with the warm colors.
They're
I think
not
something
gold
like
highlights.
this that I held up that's terrible on me would work really well with you.
Oh,
Like,
I can't do yellow.
For colors, I'm not saying necessarily the pattern, but I'm just saying like these kinds of tones.
That teal color, I just bought like literally 8 dresses from Target online in that color because I was like, I knew this was happening, but I was also like, I need some new wardrobe and $30, $60 a piece, and then I can return them.
I love it. What I would change, I would do a little bit warmer lip. You should warmer. You should go to my website. I mean, I'm not pitching you by makeup. I'm just saying I want to. You could see what it is. They're like. I'll just give you an idea. Like these kind of colors for eyeshadows and all that are really good, and blush. You don't want to go pinky rosy, except on my screen, so it might be different, but the lip looks a little bit cool. It's not red, but it looks cooler instead of like colors, names of colors.
The burgundy, like a
Cinnamon.
wine.
Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want to go burgundy, and wine is a much bluer based color.
Oh, okay.
Those words, right? So I would kind of warm it up a little bit, and then it would bring out your eyes. You have these warm brown eyes, and the highlights are great. But work them.
Can I tell you a secret? These
I was
aren't
going to say,
actually
are you telling me
highlights.
these are natural? What?
These aren't highlights. This is gray that is so resistant. It refuses to be
No, it looks
I'm-
warm on my screen.
No. You're right. I look blonde sometimes, but legitimately, it's just gray. That's like, no, we will not.
Wow. Oh my God. No, it looks totally warm.
Blessed. My gray does not look like that.
Oh no, it doesn't look like that before it gets dyed, but this is what happens once it gets dyed.
So wait a minute. So I get it. So this highlights are lighter than your hair color, and then when you dye it, it picks up the warmth. Yeah.
The highlights are actually gray hairs that when I
Right.
dye all of my hair, they love to be gray so much. They're called resistant gray that they like start kicking off the dye and they look blonde. Permanent
All right, well, as
dye,
long as they look-
professionally done. And then I have to put in low lights to just reduce the amount of blonde.
Wow. Well, to me, they look warm. I would never have thought they were
My
gray.
colorist
Well,
is fantastic.
That's good. That's okay. That's okay. You just want to warm it, keep it all warmer. Like a lot of the earth tones, I think would be fabulous on you, for colors. The earth, the brown, the like leather jacket, instead of black, I would go into like those earthier kind of browns.
So I actually had a question. So
Yes.
a lot of us are either presenting with a slide behind us virtually or in person.
Mhm.
And like without the desire to clash, right? Like, because I end up having a teal color like that in my branding and in slides and stuff. Like, therefore, like me being teal, it's just like a little too much, right? So how do you think about the content plus the person color combination stuff?
Totally understood. And it's a great question. Someone who was speaking in LA at a big SAG event, Screen Actors Guild. But anyway, she was your palette, what I would think is your palette. Okay. So she wanted obviously to wear something in her color. She sends me the picture, and I suggested a couple colors, but they were all in a certain main color range. She sends me the picture of the curtain, which was exactly that color, right? So because she had the swatch book, we went through all the colors in here. Because you get more than one color. Yes, teal is a really good color for you. You have way more than that to play with.
I do like wine burgundy also looks good.
No, I don't want you to use wine and burgundy. Wine and burgundy.
It's
name,
less than you're thinking, but
the
it's
name wine and burgundy makes me think of like this. These kind of colors. Like, they're too blue. I would go into more of like a cinnamon or a rust color. Like you get that dark value, but it's going to bring out your hair and it's going to bring out your face. And it totally works with the teal. In fact, a client of mine, he was an actor, gets the swatch book. We'd done a whole session. And then he sent me pictures for his backdrop, right? So he went to a fabric store and looked at all these fabrics. And I said, I would rather you wear, this is exactly your question, teal. Even if you do like a graphic t-shirt or whatever, like a young actor, wear the teal, but do the backdrop in a more neutral color. And that's what he did, and it's been amazing. So I totally get your question. You don't want to become one with the wall. You know what I mean? You want to pop. But it's great.
But you also want your slides to pop.
Right. Wait a second. I wanted to hear about the slides in a second, but if you have teal supporting you in the back, that's already 10 steps ahead of the game. Now tell me about these slides. So the slides are what? Are color or they're words or what?
Yeah, I'll just pull up a slide, but
what do you do?
Executive coaching and public speaking.
Ah, great. So good you came today. That is perfect.
We're all coaches, authors, speakers.
Yeah, I was like, these are my peoples. All of us should.
Yep.
I love it.
Where are we? Here we go.
See that painting you have in the background or the picture is
Yes.
very much your color palette. In the blue, it's not a cool blue. It's a warmer blue. That green is fabulous. There's a little pop of orangey, burnt orange colors.
So this is a deck that I
Got it.
like literally there's like big, like the color you showed in big, like, and it helps the deck pop. And I'm just wondering what I wear next to it. This actually isn't.
Oh, you have to wear your color because the blues that you're using, most all of the main blue that you're choosing,
Mhm.
it's not exactly what I have in the book, but see, it's an offshot of it. So you're just going to complement it and not be overpowered and not have it be overpowering you. It's a vibe, it's a flow. You know what I mean? Everything is
Part of
going
the
to
brand.
flow. Sorry?
It's part of the brand at that point.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like that color blue is a very good choice for you. It's very rare when a lot of people send me their stuff that it's so good and they rebrand a lot, you know, or change it or tweak it a little bit. But that blue is in the realm of your color palette. It's not the same, which is perfect because it's not going to be matchy kind of thing. Yeah, so you get the swatches and see the gold. See, I have the logo for your palette in gold, and the logo for Tara's palette for mine is silver.
Yep.
Because it works better with these colors, right? So yeah, good job. And you will totally complement those. It's like everything will work together. The slides will complement you, you'll complement the sky, and it's not going to be overpowering. And it's not going to be a distraction. It's actually going to be lovely. It's like a harmony.
Symphony,
It's great.
symphony.
I love it.
I tend to wear like hot pink on stage, but I am
Pink?
like,
No. You cannot wear pink on the stage.
why?
Pink is a very blue undertone color. Now, there are a lot of different shades. In fact, I did a whole email to my clients
Like
about pink,
magenta, like
Barbie
magenta.
pink. You
Like,
know, you don't want
oh no,
that.
no, no, no. I
Okay.
this is like a deep magenta.
But see, everyone has magenta is a different kind of word. That's why the swatches are so cool. See, this kind of purpley color, people call it purple magenta. That's not pink. As pink as you would want to go would be like a salmony pink, not a rosy pink. Okay. No. Now see, pink.
That other color is what I was referring to with the burgundy and the wine.
Okay. Yeah, it's a purplier color.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's good. But see, to wear something even like a powder or a pale pink or this and that would not be good.
But let's talk about actors or one of the
Colors?
gentlemen. Can we do a gentleman? I just want to understand what you would do with like a balding man. I have a husband. He looks like that.
Yeah.
Are you talking about me?
There's a few of you actually
saying
on
Is
that.
he here?
Y'all are in good company. We do have a whole crew today.
I love this. Oh my
I
God.
love it.
Is your husband on this? On this session?
Josh, yeah.
No, Josh is not my husband. He's raising his hand, but he is
He's
not my
mine.
husband. He
He's
is
mine.
not-
He's mine.
Oh, he's your husband. Okay.
Yep.
He's
He's mine.
Wait a minute. So, but your husband, I know, Tara, your husband is here.
Yeah.
But, excuse me, is the other
Josh, if
husband
you
here?
start
I can't
talking,
remember her
we'll
name.
see you. You can't just do hand motions. You need to talk.
Tammy.
Yeah, apparently.
But you have to
Tammy,
go off mute. Go off mute yourself so that
so he
you-
is here. Where is he? Who is your husband?
Right here. Hopefully it doesn't give a whole lot of feedback.
Oh no, you were great. You were like, I got that you were really into this. I loved it. You were responding, which is always good as a speaker, as we know. Okay. Well, there's so much to work with here. I mean, you know, the salt and pepper kind of thing, the dark eyebrows, totally different palette from what I'm seeing than you. Why do I keep forgetting your name? Tammy. I want to say Tara. Tammy.
No,
Tara,
it's
Tammy.
Tara's husband. This is Tara's husband, to be clear. This is Tara's husband.
Yes, Josh is my husband. So
Oh my God. So is Tammy's husband on here or not? Okay, that's what I wanted to know. So Josh, you're great. Here we are. Okay, now I got it. Okay. Well, Josh, it looks like you could almost share a swatch book with your wife because you have that salt and peppery kind of thing. And that palette is for salt and pepper, dark brown, black, right? So that's what I'm seeing. Yeah. Did you have dark hair before it went away?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
And you're
also
a
a huge.
photographer too. Yeah. I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry.
I'm also a huge fan of color in general, and I sometimes go a little crazy with my selections.
Yeah.
And find that maybe something works, maybe something didn't work.
That's so great. And you're a photographer, I know, also. And this whole concept, oh my God, for photography. I mean, when I was in LA, especially with people's headshots and actors and all that, well, like a zillion stories about that. But so I had a client and her boyfriend was a photographer and he watched the whole session when I did it and he was totally blown away. He ended up getting 4 of my swatch books to be able to help when he has clients, if he has a blonde, if he has a this, to steer them, in the right direction. Backgrounds are huge for headshot photography. I had a client who was not a client in the beginning. She contacted me. She said, "You did my boyfriend's colors." I must have been 20 years ago in LA. And they moved to Atlanta and she wanted to take new pictures and she did. And her agent didn't like the pictures. And I said, after you spend, right, like hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And I said, send me the shots. She sends me the shots. And honestly, what she was wearing, I would have tweaked a little bit. But the thing that killed the entire shoot was the backdrop. They shot her in front of not probably, one of the worst colors for her. So it affected all the pictures. I'll tell you exactly what it was. Her colors, we ended up booking a session after the fact, which I always hate because I rather do it before someone spends all this money. But this turned out to be her color palette. And her backdrop was gray, pale gray. Horrible.
Too blue.
Horrible, horrible.
So
the entire shoot was done that way.
So my question is you got 3 gentlemen here. I don't know if you go back to gallery view, you'll see Josh,
Okay.
Doug, and Carlos, who all actually have
Gallery.
no hair on top, similar skin tones, and gray beards. But they've chosen 3 different shirts, right? Josh is in a dark grayish blue, black.
Yes.
Doug is pulling out the reds with the pink, and Carlos is like, I'm just gonna go with the light gray. So
Yeah.
like these are 3 different vibes. I don't think any of them are wrong because I'm not you, but because I don't know things like that. But like, why would you choose one or the other? Like, as like, if you're choosing this is what you're putting out into the world.
So first of all, it depends like the communication. Do you know what I mean? That you want. Okay, Doug. Okay, so that's first of all, I don't even know from the screen if Doug is like a gray. It looks like a warm gray, but which is a different color palette.
It's got the stubborn gray that she would have. If I tried to dye it, it would just not refuse. It would just refuse to do it. Here, let's a little bit closer.
Yeah.
So
What
it's
color
all.
was your hair before it was gray?
It was really dark brown, almost black.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that color on my screen that you're wearing it looks warm to me. It looks like a warm color. It looks like something in here-ish. Somewhere like in this kind of it's like a pinky red. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm a male, so this is sort of a pinkish orange thing.
Call it
Yeah.
it looks like
Just-
raspberry kind of.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's probably a pretty good description of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it might be okay. It's a little strong. When I look at the picture, when I look at you, I'm in the color. My attention is just, I feel like you have to catch up to it a little bit. You know what I mean? It's just a little bit, you're in the color more than wearing the color, like a balance. That's why I'm saying, like, I want to blow you up a little bit here. So I do this.
So I can talk. That should give you the speaker view. So this is not what I want to hear before I go into a video podcast recording.
Could have done this last week. Sorry, Doug.
Yes, I know this. I've just missed that.
Yeah, blow it up. Can you blow it up from your side?
I can't do it from my. You'd have to do it from your side.
Yeah, I'll pin him.
Oh,
Yeah, let me see if that helps.
This is me matching Doug.
It's similar to that, yeah.
Yeah, if you pin him, I can see him better.
I did pin him.
I will keep
Oh.
talking to see if that helps. If you go back to speaker view.
So if you go back to that view thing and do this speaker versus
view.
gallery, you'll see him better.
Yes, there we go.
Yeah, there we go. I'll keep talking. That's what I do.
Good. That pale gray I like on you. Who am I talking to?
You're talking
That
to
was
Carlos.
Josh you were talking to.
Carlos.
Has
Oh,
the pale
Carlos.
gray.
Hey, in all fairness, I just left physical therapy and I'm going to the Audi shop next. Look, okay.
Love it. Listen, that color is so hard for certain people to wear. That's why I say gray, and I've said this on live television with people and get the reaction like, what do you mean I can't wear this color? Half my wardrobe is this color. People have this attraction and affinity to gray. And on certain people, it's fabulous. But on some people, when you were talking about Target, oh my God, there was an adorable redhead at Target checking out. And she was wearing a pale, like this t-shirt. And I was like, I'm not going to say anything. I compliment people all the time on the street, if I think they're good, but I don't say anything else. And I was thinking just by changing her t-shirt to another $3.99 t-shirt on a rack, her whole presence would change. But it seemed to me like you can wear the gray, that light gray. In fact, I think some of these other colors, in addition to that, I wouldn't take that away, Carlos. This is I'm looking, I wouldn't bet the farm on this, considering we have so much color going on the screen. When I do one-on-one sessions with people, it's like a whole other, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to like give you as much as I can. But see, like these kind of colors, these are really good colors. I think these would be great on you.
Blues, kind of blues, and
yeah, the blues.
I would like navy blue too.
Yeah, there's a French blue or a navy blue. The French was a little bit softer, but see, like these kind of colors for a tie, like the pinks and the blues.
I'm a no tie but cool looking hanky guy.
Throw it away. A cool looking what kind of guy?
The little hanky out of your pocket.
Oh, a hanky.
Yeah.
Perfect. I'll take it. I'll take it. You put a color in there that's great. That will pull the attention to your face. Oh, am I getting questions? I didn't even open that part. Questions.
Doug said he had to run. You got to tell him that he looks good in that reddish color, or else he's going right to a podcast.
I know. He's going to be self-conscious.
Oh, Lord. We go for that. No, I hate that. So where is the gal? This all started with Audrey, right? You wanted me to look at Audrey.
Yeah,
Audrey. Hi, Audrey.
I don't know if Audrey's excited about it.
I know. Poor Audrey. Sorry.
You got to talk, Audrey. It'll pop you into focus.
I'm trying to blend into the background, but
hi.
Hello.
Oh, I love your hair.
I don't.
I love it.
Audrey, Jill, just for your reference, she's an amazing pediatric surgeon. I just met her this week, and we're just getting ready for speaking. I think a bunch of us
love it.
Getting either amping up our speaking careers or just continuing to speak. So we're just all trying to look good on stage, my friend. So what do you got for Audrey?
All right, so fix me.
Fix me.
I love it. First, is that your natural color, your hair?
I'm going to say yes, but my colorist is going to say no. It's a dark brown, but this is not my natural color.
So wait a minute. So you have a lot of red in your hair.
Yeah, trying to cover up the gray.
Okay. So I just FYI, because you have such fabulous light behind you. If you're doing something like this, I would like you to take the computer and flip it and get the light on your face.
Oh,
but anyway, I deal with lighting. Lighting is everything. Lighting. I mean, when I work with a client, we always nail it. We always find it, but we walk around their house with their laptop
trying to find the light.
To find good light. If you're going to keep the hair with the red, which I think is adorable, and I love the curl, and I love the vibe, and I love the whole thing. There's a palette that you can go for that is going to enhance that easily. Are your glasses black or are they tortoise?
They're black.
Okay, so with your hair color, if you keep this hair tortoiseshell, you know what I'm talking about? Tortoiseshell?
Yes, I
Tortoiseshell,
do.
like, I always should have a demo of it. Maybe, yeah, like a hair clip. It's
Yeah.
like that, that marbled kind of brown
Okay.
really ties in with that hair. So it's like, oh, okay, so that and the hair and the this, and we give you a great lip and you get a great color. Yeah, would be great.
I think that
All
would
right.
be
Stay away
really
from
good.
gray for sure. Stay away from gray, like dusty pinks and taupes. You don't want that taupey brown, which you got.
Okay.
You know, if you do a brown, you want to do more of an earthy kind of brown. Everyone should have. I mean, I don't want to pitch anything because I don't want to do that. You all need to have swatches. Anyone who's a speaker, oh my God. I mean, I've worked with so many speakers where we do a
Unknown
whole
caller.
deep dive and they show me all the clothes, out of the closet, bed and good and this and that. And it's almost like when someone is holding up something to show me, so they see it on camera, they're like, what was I thinking? You know what I mean? And they never wore it and it's still in the closet with a tag, right? But it's like they're looking at it in a whole new unit of time. And yeah, I mean, when you get the shot, especially if it's a one-off, and you speak somewhere, it's like you just want to have it all together.
Yeah, I love that. Lori, do you have any questions? I just want to make sure your questions are addressed if you have any, my friend.
Where's Lori? Do I not have? Oh, look at all these other people.
Well,
Hi.
I usually wear black because I love black and I like navy.
Mhm.
This happens to be lighter than I usually wear, but it was, the other ones were in the laundry. So I say I wear purple and I love black and red together.
Great.
I don't like to wear red, but I like to wear black and red combo.
Okay. I think, first of all, I love your hair. I
Oh,
absolutely
thank you.
love
Thank
that
you.
haircut. I love the color. I love the whole thing. I would not use this color on camera for your professional. You're right. Basically, this
Yeah.
color is for someone else. Okay. Red and black is fabulous. True colors, vibrant, clear, true colors would be great. Red's a funny camera. Red on camera can read very differently. That's my experience. Obviously, when I go on television and I demo, of course I'm wearing my colors. But one of my first shows I ever did, which is way back in the day, I wore a red shirt and it came across very warm, very orangey. It's very dependent on different monitor settings and all that. I mean, everything is. But from my own experience, red is a big one. Red can be a little tricky. Royal blue. Oh my God! Look at this. Oh, look at this.
I do like royal too.
This is everything. Oh, I let go of my picture. Wait, because I want to show. Okay, this for you, like this kind of thing. I could see this if you're especially, oh my God, especially if you're wearing all black. Okay, you take something. I mean, I have so many of these, which were in Style magazine. No, you take color as a pop of color. So you have the main event, which is the main thing you're wearing, which is the black. But then you throw something like this, or a great earring, or something to not only break it up a little bit, but to bring your own thing, your own special, your own to the party.
Okay.
But yeah, purple, but a royal purple. I mean, everyone here can wear purple. Everyone here can wear blue, but different shades than someone else. So yeah. But I like that. The red, like certain people, I would say, oh, you wear red and black, really?
Just pops of red.
No, but for you, it's great. What I would avoid is, which I feel like you would anyway, just because I feel like that, tan, camel, olive green. Where's my other friend here? She would be fabulous in those colors. Audrey. Okay. Anyway, it's very individual. It's very, the bottom line is this whole thing works. And it's just amazing to me if people that have considerations about investing in themselves with something that is like this to what they're doing, to speaking, to presenting, to being on camera. I mean, I've been on camera a lot, but I work with so many people that have been on camera. And I work with people with wigs. I have a writer who is an actress and a writer. We did her colors, we did the whole session. She gets all this stuff. Then she says, I want you to see this wig because I do a lot of work in the wig. The wig was like almost goth, black color, and she was more of a reddish brown hair. So I swear, true, 2 swatch books, one for each, because she worked in both arenas, different lips, different cheeks, to make each one be able to work for her. So, but speakers, oh my God, book covers.
That is so cool.
I mean,
so
the whole
important.
9 yards. You just want to have it working, and then for sure with branding, for sure.
Yeah.
It was funny. Someone who's a graphic artist booked a session with me, and we did the whole thing. And she was like, she couldn't believe it because she's into art and graphics and all that. And then she showed me her branding colors. And she said it before I said it, right? But they were so off brand that if she had her logo or whatever, and you do a photo where she stands next to it or behind her or on the website, it just minimized both. It's just not pushing focus either way, either to the logo or to the person. It's just like you see a logo and you see a person, and there's nothing that's pulling it together and aligning and making it fabulous.
I love that. That
Yeah.
is so cool. Anybody have any other questions for Jill or myself before we wrap up? Because it is almost 2:00 Eastern, guys.
Wow.
I know time flies when you're having fun, when you have amazing co-hosts like Jill. Anybody?
Yeah. If you want, well, you can say if you want to get in touch or questions or whatever. I mean, I feel like I know you all now.
Connect with Jill on LinkedIn. I did put
did.
your website in there, Jill, but I will go ahead and put your LinkedIn
The
profile.
website, and then truly, if you have questions, you can always email me, jill@jillkirschcolor.com. Yeah, just go to the website, send me, if people have questions, I always like them to put a phone number in because it's much easier for me. Back and forth on emails, I'm like, so, yeah,
Perfect.
play around, have fun.
Yeah, but I do recommend these because, like I said, before I met Jill, my hair color wasn't right. And I had spent a bunch of money on clothes that I still haven't worn because they don't make sense for me. So it does save you money. And especially with the branding and rebranding, I think people think branding costs a lot of money. Rebranding does. Rebranding costs a lot of money, right? Branding, when done correctly the first time, is an investment. So I highly recommend this. And especially we get 5 to 7 seconds at a first impression. And if we have a public facing view, which all of us do, it's really important to make that really good first impression. Find a color that makes you feel really, really good. For me, it's green. Green makes me feel powerful. It makes me feel confident. It makes me feel a certain way, right? So when I wear green on stage, I just automatically feel like I'm embodying that confident person that I know I am. And it just exudes it on the outside. And I feel like it's pretty unique too, because I don't see a lot of speakers wear that, which makes me differentiated, helps me stand out a little bit, right? So anyway, Jill.
Your nail color makes me feel really good. As you were talking about nail color from the book, from the swatch book, you speak, I mean, I speak with my hands a lot, but when you speak with your hands, it's kind of like everything flows together. It's all these little things, but put together, it really creates a great impact. And it's so fun, and it's also so confidence building. I'm so into empowering people that, I mean, this is just one thing that I do as part of your toolbox. You know what I mean? It's part of the game and it's visual. And there you go.
Great. Wonderful. Well, thank you, Jill. Thank you,
Thank you so
everyone,
much for having me.
Yes.
Thanks, everyone.
Awesome. We will see you guys soon. Take care.
Okay. Bye.
Thanks, Jill.
Bye.